Chili, what was wrong with your computer again? What
I
happened?
don't know, man. Some weird update thing. Apple products are going to be the death of me. But I did get that iPhone 17, and I figured this thing out. It's fully operational and running. And I gotta say, the camera on this thing absolutely insane and worth the ticket. So don't hate on your boy. Don't hate on your boy. I'm out here trying to make this thing work. So,
Coming to you from his closet. The
oh
man is
man,
Chili. I'm Cameron Cox. Welcome to another edition of Dropping Dimes. Here on another week, we're gearing up for an exciting week at Arizona High School football. Unbelievable where we're at in the season. We're starting to really get
Sheesh.
close. Playoff time at the next week starts for the small schools. We're getting close to the end of the year. I mean, Chili, we're right around the corner with all this. It's almost Halloween in November. You got a costume for next
Yeah,
Friday?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
wearing a costume, I'm wearing a costume. I'll
Oh,
see you at
I
whatever
listen.
game, and we're gonna make that thing cook. I can't wait. Costume contest, Cam versus Chili, and
Oh,
hey, we'll take donations, and all goes back to charity. We'll give back to the school or whatever. But we'll have a good time, have a lot of fun. But I know that we got it. I know that we got a star-studded show lined up here,
we
and
do.
I can't wait to get into this thing because I know that you have a lot of fits with some of the things that are transpiring in the world of Arizona high school football.
Listen,
So
man, we are so lucky to first of all be in Arizona. I
yeah,
love it out here, man. Where I'm not from here, but this is home for me. And it's
yeah,
been a pleasure and an honor to be in this city and to be in our community. You know me, I'm a big fan of all the coaches we got out there, Chili. Like
100.
I hope administrators and parents know
Mm.
how lucky they are to have some of these men lead young men here in the valley and teach them a lot of things and do it the right way. We get to know a lot of these guys personally. They don't do it for the money, certainly. But it's cool to see them change young men's lives and grow. And we're lucky, man. It's a cool time of the year. We got some big matchups this week. I know where you're going Friday night,
Oh
right?
yeah, you definitely know where I'm going. We're gonna get
That's where
into
I'm
that a
going
little bit
too.
later in the show, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later in the show because
Sure. Okay.
that place is going to be, Batcha Boulevard is going to be insane and lit
Yeah.
up like a Christmas tree. That place is going to have everybody there.
You want to
But
introduce our
there,
first guest? You want to get this rolling?
Oh yeah, we gotta start at the top, man. And look, my guy Cam Cox. We've been talking about a whole bunch of things this past week regarding like the open, the selection, how that stuff works, and who else to bring to have this conversation really start and get these fireworks going. The good doctor, my guy, Dr. Jim Dean, holding it down for the AIA because he'd be sitting at the top of it. So, Jim Dean, what's going on, Doc?
Hey, Chili, how are you today? It's great to see you.
I'm good, man. I'm
Good.
blessed, and I can't wait to let you and Cam go at this for a
J-
couple rounds
Jim, real
regarding
quick,
the
tell
open.
him to clean his closet. All right. Tell him to
That's
pick up
right.
some stuff in there.
Stop
Yeah, no
it.
kidding. I've been looking for a place where I can buy some shoes, Chili. Holy cow.
Hey,
Which
you,
which would you we got a
I
size you
got you.
want, Jim? Listen, he'll get you. He'll hook you up.
That's right. I
Just
don't think
buy
I've owned that many pairs of shoes in my entire life.
Stop
it's
it.
got if he had a garage sale, it'd be like buy one get one free, right, or something like
Oh
that.
man,
The
That's
trolling
right.
executive
me.
director of the AIA Arizona. Jim, it's first of all, it's great to see you. It's great to talk to you. Real quick, congratulations. I know we told you this a lot, taking over this year. What has it meant? What's it been like to kind of put your stamp on it yourself and lead the AIA?
Well, thanks, Cam. It's been great. We work with just a tremendous team of folks, in the office, and the best thing that we get to do every day is we get to work with tremendous athletic directors across the state who are looking to do great things for their kids. And that's the best part of this role is continuing to provide opportunities just to elevate and level up for the kids, and that's what we're all about. We look to continue to serve our schools and again just make things great. I think that we've done a couple things that have been really, really good, providing some resources for parents to make things really super clear on transfers. And the best thing that we've done this year is that we've gotten out to every single one of our high schools across the state. We have just a couple left to go, but we've sent a team of six of us out to places in the state. I spent 2 days on the Navajo reservation last week.
Jeez.
1,400 miles on my car in 2 days, and it was
Wow.
phenomenal visiting the schools. I didn't want to leave some of their basketball gyms. They're just tremendous.
Jim,
But what great schools we have.
Jim, I'm sure you've heard a lot over the years and listen, what are some things that you wanted to do differently? What are some things that you wanted to try? Or is just listening and trying to be that shoulder. We see that with Graham Rossini out there at ASU. I see you tweeting back at people. Some they'll ask you questions and stuff. So what did you want to kind of change when you took over? What are some
There's a
things?
couple things. One, I was fortunate to follow David Hines, who did just an exceptional job with the AIA. But anytime that you have an opportunity to lead an organization, there's things that you want to bring in, right? And one of the biggest ones is to listen, and to let people know that we're here, to listen, to serve, and we want to continue just to get better and to provide more opportunities for our students. And so we're continuing to do that for our student athletes. We're bringing some really cool things in that we haven't had before. We're bringing an MVP conversation or MVP awards to the state championships in all of our team events. So that'll be new. That's something cool. We are opening media access for all of the media folks at the state championships. We're not going to restrict down to the 20-yard line and in. It'll be just like you're at it's just like you're at a college game or a pro game, right?
There we go.
Wow.
So
Love that.
we're excited about that too. And again, we just want to make sure that we're listening and serving.
Hey, Dr. Dean, one thing I will say is you do a much better job than my guy Hines on Twitter in responding back to people. I love Hines, but this is part of the evolution of a new director. And some things I'm guessing that you learned, like you man of the people, and so was Hines, but just differently. So I love what you're doing online and stuff, responding back to people and taking in their thoughts and stuff. Listen, Cam's from Texas. We all know he a Texas boy. Arizona might be home, but he a Texas boy.
It
Currently, I'm living in California. And I got that CIF pass where I go out to some of those games, and things are different. The playoff structure, the formats, it's all different. I know that there's been some complaints and grumblings with the 6A, not just getting their own playoff bracket, but also all available for the open. And it seems like everybody in 6A gets to compete in the playoffs. And I know that that's kind of left some people disgruntled. Jim, how do you deal with that? And how do you process that and say, hey, look, this was the right thing to do. Eliminate 5A, 4A. They don't want to be in any ways. Let's just make this for the 6A.
Well, listen, one thing I would say is that any school in the state is able to appeal and be in 6A football if they want to. So if you want to come play with the big boys and you want to play that brand and you want to have that opportunity to compete for two championships instead of one, you're more than welcome to appeal into 6A. And so, I've never been one to back down from competition. If we're playing Go Fish, I want to rip your face off and go fish. I'm that competitive nature in me. 6A football is a different animal. And 1A through 5A plays exceptional football. I've seen it across the state all year long, just outstanding football. But 6A is a different animal, and there are teams in 6A who are just so substantially head and shoulders above programs that are than other programs in 6A. We needed the opportunity to continue to showcase them. And, again, I say that a little bit tongue in cheek, but anyone is welcome to join the 6A conversation if they would like to do that. And I know the 6A conference would be more than happy to welcome anybody in. We need more teams in 6A right now, but it's going to be great playoffs. It doesn't matter if it's the open 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A. The state is just absolutely loaded with great parity. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, Jim. but Jim, real quick, before I let Cam go on this, I gotta ask. What I loved previously about the Open, it left a clear and defined champion, because it didn't leave the opportunity for a 5A team to go undefeated and claim, hey, we're the best in AZ.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you right now, most likely that is going to happen this year. There's going to be an undefeated team in 5A, and they're going to claim that they are the best team in AZ without the opportunity to play and compete in that open division, which we've had the past few years. Moreno was undefeated in 5A, and then they had to step into that open ring and find out what it was about. And it left us with a clear, defined state champion.
Yeah. I will tell you this, that our football committee will come together again in December and start that conversation moving forward. We still have another year left of the football block. But one of the things that I'd like to task them with is, can we create a system between 5A and 6A similar to basketball, where you can lose in the first round and fall back to your conference championship? That's, it's a big ask, and it's a tall order, but we would love to see that happen because we would love to see the Open get back to 5A and 6A as well. Desert Edge is having an exceptional season. Can they play with Basha and Liberty? Don't know. We won't see that this year, right? Can they play with Hamilton? Don't know. We won't see that this year, but we'd like to see that reemerge with the option. I mean, you mentioned Marana, right? Marana was the #1 seed in the Open last year, played Hamilton to a great game in that first round. Could they have won 5A? Possibly, but we don't know because that opportunity didn't exist. So we'll see if the football committee can come together, and there's some great minds on there, and see what they come up with. By the way, Cam, there's some former Texas minds on there also.
There we go. See, Jim,
Yeah,
Jim, a few things with that. One, I don't personally think you need a king of Arizona state champion. To me, all the state champions are
they are,
special
and I
in
agree
their
with that
and
statement.
and I know you agree with that. And I know
Yeah,
Chile agrees with that in a nutshell. I see in other states, some divisions have two state champions at 6A, two and 5A, two and four, in other states too as well. So to me, winning a state title is all that matters. It's what people are going to talk about 30 years
absolutely.
from now. It does open this and that.
Yeah,
I do like the way the Open is set up now because I think the teams are where they're supposed to be for fairness. And
yeah,
I know in Arizona it's built a little differently because of open enrollment, and you can't necessarily go off of population, and so we have to use somewhat of a formula to decide some of that. But what I do think the Open does is make it special. And it
yeah,
makes Arizona unique. And as Chile has told me over the years, and I see it too as well, it's created this cool conversation around our state every time we start handing out trophies and playing for state titles and things
yeah,
like that. Do you think the Open though is here to stay? Is it something
yeah,
that Arizona wants to keep because of the way it's set up and open enrollment and so-called destination schools and
yeah.
different things like that?
Yeah, agreed. And I think for all the reasons that you just said, Cam, yeah, the Open is here to stay. We went last year to see some state championships, to see how some behind the scenes were run in some places. We saw 6A1, 6A2, 5A1, 5A2, 4A1, 4A2, and continue down, right?
Yeah.
Something I'm sure you're very familiar with as I'm speaking as we were in Arlington last year. But it's the Open is here to stay. It does make Arizona very unique. We have other states that contact us often, asking specifically about our structure, what it used to be, what it is now, our rationale for it. And I jokingly say earlier that anybody can appeal to 6A. We hope that it entices more teams to appeal to 6A. If you're competitive, if you're as competitive as I am, you want to play for the championship all the time. But to your point, Cam, in 1983, I went to a 1A high school and we won the state championship, and we are state champions to this day.
I respect
There,
that. I
there we go.
definitely respect
Uh,
that.
Jim, does that mean so obviously, you want the top heavy teams, they go to 6A, right? But what we've seen this year is there's a lot of teams in 5A, a lot of teams in 4A too as well. Were those playoffs you think maybe get expanded as you see moving forward?
Yeah, so we have expanded
And
the play.
that's like a college football question.
Right,
Everybody, they're expanding the NCAA tournament. They're
right,
expanding college football. That's
right.
all what we see.
We've expanded the playoffs in 2A, 4A, and 5A this year.
Yep.
And obviously the 6A with the Open also. We're looking for more opportunities for kids. And there is something there's something special about making the playoffs. There's something special about knowing that you had a playoff caliber team. Even if you exit in the first round, and that first round is a round of 24, you made the playoffs. And that's one of the things that we hear from our coaches. It's one of the things that we hear from our kids and our athletic directors is they want opportunities to be able to compete. And you never know when somebody's going to get hot, when a team is going to catch fire. We saw that last year with Centennial, right? If you would have told me Centennial was going to win the state championship last year in 6A, when I saw the Liberty Centennial game at the end of the year, I would have laughed. And yet they caught fire and they ran the table. And that's the beauty of providing opportunities for folks. In Arizona, you got to be good every week,
Yeah.
and that includes every week of the playoffs as well. And so it's awesome.
The only thing I'll bang the table on, Jim, I think region winners should get in no matter what.
Yeah, I
That's
understand.
that's my thought.
Yeah,
Listen, I don't care if they play in this region, that region, got that competition, that competition. I've always believed you win your region, you're in. Then you didn't
we're
let the math
yep,
formula figure out
yep.
everybody else. That's
We're
me
getting
though.
closer to that, Cam. We're getting a lot closer. So we're
Thank,
almost there.
yeah. Sorry, Chili.
Hey, Jim, how close are we to a 7A and keeping it open?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, some people have compared the Open to 7A,
Okay.
right? There was a time in Arizona where we had what was called the Super 17
Yes.
for
Loved
football,
it.
right? But
Best
right
year ever.
in concept, it sounds great. It was almost a battle of survival. It was who had enough people left at the end of the season after going through that grueling schedule, to get through it. It would be like taking, the top 8 teams from the SEC and the top 8 teams from, we'll throw ASU in here, the Big 12, right? And you get to play those teams over and over and over again. And while in concept it was a great idea, it didn't prove to be the best thing, from an attrition perspective. And so the question is, do we go to a 7A format, or do we keep the current format and still break 6A into two components? And I think right now that's the piece. That's where we are today.
Okay.
Jim,
Okay. I'm
you
fascinated.
mentioned winning a state title. Anything we could do to get more people out to that weekend on state
Well,
championship weekend?
yeah. So, it's ironic that you mentioned that, Cam. I actually have a meeting tomorrow with Graham Rossini and Marcus Williams. Great partners.
You tell Graham I said the dollar to use that stadium. All right.
I got you. We appreciate everything that they do to support the AIA, and we're going to talk about some of that tomorrow. We also have some things that we're going to be rolling out, to folks that we haven't in the past to try to get more people to the games. Last year when we went to Texas, the first game that we attended was equivalent to our 3A championship. Between the two towns, there were 6,000 people between the two towns of the school. There were 14,000 people at the game.
That's unbelievable.
And it's
That's
just
crazy.
football is awesome. Their ticket prices are higher. They charge substantially more to pay to park than ASU does. By the way, we don't get any of that money when people
Yeah,
pay to
yeah,
park.
yeah.
Um,
Correct.
you know,
That's a issue.
but as you know, Cam, football is religion in Texas, and we want to make that the same thing here. We want people to know that the state championships are the thing to go do on those weekends. It doesn't matter if it's 1A or all the way through the Open. We're excited about that. The other thing that we're working to do is, for the first time in a long time, we're going to be bringing the 4A and 5A games to television. So those will be on television. And we're working right now with a couple sponsors or a couple people behind the scenes to see if we can't get those 2A and 3A games on television as well.
Love
It's
it.
time to level up and elevate opportunities for kids.
Jim,
I
I
love
will
it.
say one of the coolest scenes I've seen covering sports, and I'll put it up there like that, was last year during the Open, and ASU bringing that trophy back
Yeah,
at halftime in the middle of the game, and it was really cool. You look up in the stands, and you just see people like, "Oh my goodness, that's ASU! They just got off the bus,"
yeah,
and it was just a really. I've never seen that in any state title games that I've been to, watched on TV or whatever.
yeah.
But it just goes to show you how special those moments. It was just a cool community moment to see ASU walk back in their stadium with the trophy, a high school game going on, people in the crowd going nuts. It was just unique. But that to me just adds to how special that place can be for
Yeah,
that weekend when you're handing out trophies like that. And
it,
really
it
all your
is.
state
Yeah.
championships too as well. So
Yeah, and ASU is really, Kenny's doing just a substantial job. He's doing a tremendous job of what is the term he used? Activate the valley, right?
yeah.
And he's doing a great job of that, and we want to see that carry over to the excitement of high school football. People love high school football. Come out and support it because it's exceptional. I'm a kid who went to high school in the 80s. I graduated in 86. Right. And that's what people did. They went to football games, and the whole communities came out. I know open enrollment makes a little bit of a different situation today, but at the end of the day, we're still having two great school communities play each other for championships. And doggone it, we should have everybody in those communities out supporting those kids.
Jim, I can't
Man.
believe you made time on a weeknight to talk to us too. I
Anytime.
can't.
I can't
I,
believe you haven't asked about Basha and Hamilton's
I,
game.
Hey,
are you ready? Are you
Yeah,
excited?
absolutely. It's going to be a great. We have great games all week long.
Yeah,
It's
we
going to be
do.
fantastic.
for sure. For
All
Yeah.
sure.
right,
And
Jim.
it's gonna be crazy over there on Val Vista. It's gonna be
It
absolutely
is
insane.
absolutely. I agree with that statement. As is several other places in the state, but it's gonna. Basha High School is gonna be rocking this week.
Jim,
Can't wait.
we can't thank you enough. We'll see you out there. We'll take a picture together, man. And like I
Absolutely,
said, I
yes.
just appreciate you coming on to chat with
Anytime,
some things.
guys.
These are things that Chili and I yell at each other about all the time. And so it's really cool to get some answers from you and to let Chili know that he's just wrong about a lot.
That's right.
Oh man, stop it.
Yeah.
He's
By
just
Stop
the
wrong
way,
it.
about.
Chili, size 9.5,
There we
Chili.
Size 9.5. All right.
there we
I
go.
got you. I got you.
All
Jim,
right.
we'll see you Friday night. Take care,
Thanks,
my friend.
guys. Yep. See you
Oh
there.
Yeah, there
man.
we go. You
That's
know,
amazing.
yeah, not, dude,
Size
that was
nine and
cool,
a half.
man.
I might
The
be able to find one. I
executive
don't
director
know.
of the AIA taking time out during the week, all this going on to just answer some questions from us. That's neat.
He doesn't stop working.
He
The
does
guy's
no,
literally
and
he lives this. He literally lives
yeah,
this, and you have to do that job. You literally have to. And I love what Hines did before him,
I
and
do
I love
too.
what he's doing now, and how he took that baton, and he just kept running with it. And whoever gets it next, gonna have to be the same way. But these guys are one of ones. They dedicate their
Yeah,
life to this, and they really help push this thing forward.
all right,
Cam,
here we,
is our next guest
yeah.
available?
You want Kale? You want
Oh man, you know the deal. Hey, we got to talk to the 2027 flamethrower who just made his big announcement yesterday on Twitter. Had the whole app buzzing, had the Bird app buzzing. You see him in that blue and orange. Hey, you see me in that blue and orange too. Blue, orange.
Whoa,
I did that for my
I got
guys.
some
Hey,
blue in my shirt. I got some blue in my
you
shirt. Does it?
you missed the memo, Cam. And
I
I even do it like this when I come out there to step on the Smurf turf. I haven't got these bad boys, these Goku bad boys, Adidas.
oh.
I'm ready to go, Kale. Whenever you tell me, hey, Chili, I got you some tickets, I'm there.
Go,
No, man, you gotta pay for tickets. All right, Chili, that's what you gotta do. All right.
I
No, Kale, congratulations, man. Take us through your decision.
sir. Thank you. It was a tough decision. I had multiple offers that would have been a great situation for me, but honestly, like just after taking the trip, I was thinking to myself, like I felt like I was home, and I decided to pull the trigger and make the decision.
Hey, Kale, I got to ask you, man, because I know having followed you since your freshman year, since you stepped on the high school scene, Boise State was one of the
They
first
were,
offer.
yeah, they were the
Like,
first one.
how much did that just constantly sit with you through the recruiting process? They were first, and they were so straight up with you. The relationship with Danielson, all that.
Yeah. So like you said, they were the first offer, and it really hit me and my family like kind of different. Like it was special from the jump. And honestly, like just the loyalty that they've showed me and my family is it just doesn't really compare to other schools. And I just feel like over the past year we built such a great relationship. So that was one of the biggest factors on why I made the decision.
Kale, it's cold up there, man.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
you you good to go with that?
I'm so ready. I need to get out of the heat, bro.
Then we can
That
see.
yo,
Listen, man,
oh,
it's gonna be August. It's gonna be 72 degrees on that practice field out there.
Oh yeah.
You'll be running stadiums in the summer, Chili. He'll be just fine on that blue turf.
hey, he'll be okay. He got the hoodie ready to go. I know he got a North Face
Sir.
Yeah.
ready to put in the luggage,
Kale,
man.
Kale, how quickly, I mean, do you see yourself playing, competing,
Um
all the above?
yeah, so obviously I mean I don't expect to just walk in and,
Sure.
take over the program,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they've definitely like kind of laid out a plan for me, and it's just a great opportunity to compete early and kind of prove myself as a young freshman. So I'm really excited about that. And again, just the relationship that I've built with all of the coaches is just it's been amazing.
What has been the
Hey,
reaction from teammates and coaches back home? What's it at Perry?
Oh,
What are they saying?
yeah, they've been all congratulating me all day, and the coaches were super stoked for me. Um, but yeah, it's been a good weekend,
There we go.
sir.
hey, Kale, listen, let's move to some of the season and what's transpired. You guys coming off that big win versus Westwood. Right before that, you had the big matchup versus Chandler.
Yep.
Talk to me about what's gone on these past few weeks, leading up to the opportunity to make this decision, though.
I feel like the season has had a lot of ups and downs with us. We've had a lot of really good like sparks of showing that like kind of who we are, and then we've had a lot of lows that show who we not are, I guess you could say. But
Okay.
I don't know, just the season it's been kind of like I don't want to say stressful, but I feel like I've had a lot on my plate, and this commitment definitely took a lot of that stress off, and I feel like I can just go out there and kind of be myself now.
Kale, take me through that if you don't mind, because I don't think that's talked about enough.
Yeah.
It's it weighs on you. I mean, you're
100%.
a student athlete, so one, you got to make good grades, man. You got to do all that part, right? You got to be a good person. You got to be a good teammate. You got to lead a team. You got to do all that in high school, and then you're trying to decide your future too as well. There's a lot of levels to that, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of kids, like especially my teammates, they always, kind of ask me what it's like to have um, Division 1 offers, and they kind of are surprised when I tell them that it's really stressful at times, and it's a lot on your plate to balance. But yeah, I mean, Coach Danielson preaches a lot about like how kids have lives outside of football, and life can be tough sometimes. So, um, you know, I just feel like making this decision, like I said earlier, it's brought a lot of that weight off my shoulders. I'm ready to finish this season strong.
Dang, Chili, he about to throw
Hey,
12 touchdown passes this week, man.
about to go crazy.
I can hear it in his voice.
Hey, Kale, last one for me. I'm curious, individually, how does your family factor into the decision that you made? Your little brother Zane, who you have the you have the ease and opportunity to watch him kind of grow in his game, being home, and then your dad, who obviously went through the recruiting process himself. Your mom, like, how did they all factor into this decision?
That's a long way away
um,
from home.
oh, I know, but both my parents and I, like, we've had multiple conversations about like making a decision, and like my whole family's kind of felt it, that Boise's our home, and we feel like it's the perfect decision for me and perfect opportunity. And my siblings are definitely stoked for that, especially the youngest brother. My youngest brother was freaking out when I made this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Oh my god, he was jumping off the wall. But yeah, my other brother Zane, he's obviously super supportive of it, and he's super excited to watch me play at Boise.
There we
Absolute
go.
problem at receiver, Cam. We're going to be talking about the Snyders forever,
Yeah, there we
forever.
go. There we go. All right. Well, Kale, teach us the fight song one day. All right.
Oh,
We'll
I
learn
will.
it
I
when
will.
you
I
get
still
it
gotta
down.
learn it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
still
no, I
gotta
get
learn
it.
it.
I get it. When you learn, you come back on and you teach us the fight song. All right.
Got you.
Go
Got you.
blue.
Yeah,
Go blue.
and good luck this week against Mesa.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kale.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Kale Snyder, the quarterback of Perry High School. We've had Jim Dean on, the AIA executive director. Now, Chili, say the words.
Beetlejuice.
We got,
Beetlejuice.
yep. What?
I'll let you say it.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Hold on.
Boom.
Let's see. Oh, it worked.
There he is.
It
Yeah.
worked. It
Hey.
worked. Hold on. Let's see if Adam hook it up. There
Oh,
we
there we
go.
go. There we
Turned on
go.
the Honda Civic, ready to roll. Guys, we got about 6 minutes left on the Zoom. Rapid
Hey,
fire to Adam. Chili, go ahead.
hey, listen, we all know what's going on this week. The biggest game of the season until the championship,
Really?
right?
Is there something happening? What's happening?
Basha versus
What's happening?
Hamilton,
Oh, yeah.
live at Basha. Beetle over here, our young Beetlejuice, has had the opportunity to watch this from a great many perspectives. As a professional media guy like us, as a student, as a member of band, as a student announcer, I am curious, Beetle. Talk to me about all of that.
This
What a
game,
question.
although Hamilton and Chandler's a big rivalry, right? I remember being at Hamilton, and the week you played Chandler, right? That was we really don't like Chandler. We really don't like them, but
Oh,
I
now
feel
he's
that
saying we. He's saying we.
Uh-oh.
being at Hamilton, I got the experience of watching one of my best friends in the whole world kick a game-winning field goal to beat the Huskies. Then the next
See?
year, Damon Williams in double overtime doing his thing. And then, the next year was just a competitive game. The unfortunate injury, the Jack Blyer, and just kind of going back and forth. So it's been a fun time getting to watch this as a student, as a media member, as a person in marching band, as a PA announcer, watching freshman ball, watching these two freshman
Sheesh.
teams. I remember watching Nico and Bo Jandro their freshman year, going against this team, and so I think it's been fun to see how this has turned in from two teams that were kind of newly region opponents, although they had played each other a couple times in the past, turn into what it is today, and this what is essentially becoming the next big rivalry for Hamilton, right behind Chandler.
Hamilton, Bash hadn't lost to Hamilton, by the way, since 2019. So it's been a minute. Beetle, what do you expect from this matchup?
I think this is the first time Hamilton's offense is really going to be tested defensively this season. And you look at what Basha has in that secondary: Mason Lewis, Caden Smith, Trey Knox, linebackers, Dante Bruley, Eli Kramer, Cronin. There's just so many dudes in this Basha defense. And I don't think Hamilton has faced a level of competition to that extent yet this season. So I think this game is really going to be about how can Hamilton find a way to get their offense clicking, and more importantly, clicking early. I think that has kind of been the big struggle for the Huskies in the last couple of games, is really getting off to a quick start. I think if the Huskies can get off to a quick start, they're going to have an advantage early on in this game. But if Batch is able to shut them down, I don't know. It might be lights out, lights over, and a home win for the Bears.
Well,
Man,
but this is why Hamilton. I mean, listen, they've kept their foot on the gas all season. We've all seen the scores. We've all know kind of how they've played late in games too as well. I mean, they're looking for that end zone at all points. And something tells me they were kind of building up to this point. They know Basha's going to bring it. It's going to be a physical game. And to beat a team like Basha, you have to keep your foot on the gas and be willing to go at all times in the game. This will be the Hamilton's toughest test. But I mean, so far too as well, I would think this is Basha's toughest test of the season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you look at some of the games early on that, Basha maybe struggled against. I went to that Williams Field game where they were only up by 7 at halftime, and then, really went off and running after that. They had put their starter, their second string in the fourth quarter. But again, yes,
But they haven't been tested since then. Basha, yeah, Basha hadn't been tested since then.
And the key with that is, can you stop Roy Oliver? Something that no team in the state has been able to do all
that's right.
season long. The way that he plays, and Roy's going to be playing with an edge too. Now that he's so close to that touchdown record, he's only 6 away from breaking it. You know that he's going to be playing with that competitive edge, and we've seen it before, not just in Hamilton Basha, but in any of the other games, any of the other big games we see in the state. When teams in the state are playing with a competitive edge and it's very evident, the game gets exciting and it gets down to the wire. And at the end of the day, I think that's just really what we're in for on Friday. It's just a great football game.
Well, 10-24-25 is officially Roy Oliver Day, apparently. And I'm just curious, since he's already caught 7 touchdowns in a game this year, what are the chances that he actually breaks this record versus Basha? Because all the lights are going to be on him. And at that game, you're going to have Zach Pop out there from Max Preps. You're going to have Coach Savage out there from USC. There's at least 5 different Power 4 coaches that told me that they are going to be at this game. Beetle, what are the chances that Roy Oliver goes up and breaks this record versus Basha?
Chili, there's 0 chance. And also, we're going to be there. We're going to be. He got 6 touchdowns in a game. If that happens,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll rename the show after him. All right, we'll do that. How's that? That's a lot of touchdowns, guys.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's done it before this season already. What are the chances that he does it again? Can he do it again?
Yep. Oliver's an important part of it, but I think you also got to look at this Bash defensive line and what they've done this season, especially to go back to that Orange Lutheran game and kind of how clutch they came in for them. This is going to be a test for Jack Scully as well, as a young quarterback who is really taking command of this offense this season. Can he stay calm under the pressure, under what Basha is going to bring and the lights that are going to be on the game? Is this something that he can handle? And I think it will really be a great testament to see what we're going to see the trajectory of Scully's career.
All right, we got to go.
Beetlejuice.
Beetle, do they win? We got to go. Beetle, yes, no.
I think the Bears got it.
Bears got it. Chili. Say
Man,
who?
I'll take Basha. I'll take
Hamilton. We'll see you next week, everyone. Good night. God bless. Thanks for watching Dropping Dimes with Cam, Chili, and our man Adam. Appreciate it.
Catch the fever upside your head. Catch the fever.